Hello again and welcome back. In this lesson I'm going to walk you through a very basic and simple method for editing your photo in Photoshop Elements. Firstly, please remember you do not need to have Photoshop Elements for this course, but I wanted to include it so that anyone interested can dive into it more deeply. Photoshop Elements is a wonderful and very powerful program that is easy to use once you master the basics, and offers a wide range of interesting editing options that you can use in many aspects of your textile work. And there's one more thing to note, is that you don't need to be using the latest version if you're using the downloadable version. I'm using the 2019 edition. This demonstration illustrates a simple editing process that only takes you a few minutes. To begin, of course, you need your original photo, which you then open up in Photoshop Elements as a JPEG image. Get started by selecting Layer and then Duplicate Background. You'll notice that over on the right we now have two images, so we have two layers. This first duplicate layer preserves your original image, so if you didn't save a copy of the photo before beginning, then delete that layer now so that you don't lose the original. Now create another duplicate layer and rename it Crop. Then, using the Crop tool, adjust the photo until you're happy with the way it looks. Or you can select from one of the preset options that are given in the lower window. When I'm happy with it, I like to rename the layer to include the size I selected. Now I want you to create yet another duplicate layer and rename this one Poster Edges. You can see how the layers are accumulating in the window on the right, and by naming them you can go back and adjust any you're not happy with later. Now it's time to adjust this latest layer, so select Filter and then Poster Edges from the drop-down menu. Over on the right you'll then find sliders that allow you to adjust the way the image looks. The adjustment options are for edge thickness, edge intensity and the degree of posterization. With the selection that I've ended up with, you can begin to see how this image can be used to create applique shapes if you wanted to, and how the colours are better defined for thread painting. Once again, I've renamed the layer to include the settings I chose. Now, you guessed it, create another duplicate layer and label this one Cutout. Go back to the Filters tab and this time select Cutout. This can sometimes take a moment or two to load, but it will get there. Watch that little blue bar down on the bottom left. And once again you get a choice of settings. Now some of these will make a dramatic difference to the picture and make it not what you want at all. So you do need to fiddle around a bit until you're happy with the way it looks. You can see how some of the adjustments are bringing in other colours that are what we want. This is actually looking quite good now. We might bring in a little bit more of the brown, but no, that's too much. Oh, that's terrible. So we need to bring it back. There we go. That's looking pretty good now for the purposes of thread painting. So we click OK, and then of course you rename it with the settings that you chose. Now it's time to prepare the colour for printing, so we have to create yet another duplicate layer, and we're going to rename this one Saturation. I've actually renamed it Brightness and Saturation because I'm going to adjust the brightness as well as the saturation. From the toolbar, select Enhance and then adjust brightness if you want to and the saturation, and you'll change. So I'm going to increase the brightness a little bit, and then I'm going to adjust the colour, which is where we find the saturation. Now I need to push this up quite a bit, because remember, when you print on fabric you lose a lot of the colour intensity. So that looks a little unnatural, but it'll be fine when it's printed. And we rename the layer again. Now that I have the photo looking the way I want, it's time to preserve this file as layers in case I want to come back and change it again later. So I'm going to save it with the name that I choose, and I'm going to save it as a PSD file or a Photoshop file, which will then save all the layers. So that's now done. Now I'm going to select Layer and then Flatten Image. So watch, all the layers now on the right have combined into one. So we go to Image and Resize, so that if we want to change the dimensions to fit for our printer, we can do that right here. Click OK, and then Save. And this time you're going to save it as a JPEG file so that it's ready for printing. So you'll have two files. You'll have a PSD file which you can come back and edit, and you'll have a JPEG file that you can use for printing. And after that, which only took a few minutes, your image is now ready for printing on fabric.